Yesterday, Miami had their weekly press conference, and I just want to give my opinion on them. I just want to talk about them. Now, if you haven't seen each coach's press conference, go over to the Miami Hurricanes football YouTube channel. You can watch all their different press conferences. But I just wanted to talk about them, and as I said, give you my opinion on the press conference and my thoughts on everything they had to say. Now, I'm going to be paraphrasing, but first, the big thing that Mario said is that Miami is progressing. He said when he got here, they hit the ground working. They hit the ground grinding. And this year they've seen improvement. It's real improvement. And they've been progressing. There's a lot of jokes being cracked. There's a lot of people who think he's not being serious. There's a lot of people who think that it's not true. But the fact of the matter is it is true. We haven't seen the results that we want to see in 9-10 win season, ACC conference championship, but we've seen vast improvement in year 2 under Miami, under Mario Cristobal, right? So you look at the offensive line upgrades, you look at recruiting upgrades, you look at how this team is performing on the field. Last year, a lot of blowouts, a lot of ugly losses. This year, they're in every game. They're fighting to the very end. Beat Texas A&M, beat Clemson for the first time at home since 1950. So I understand when people say this isn't the record you want, but you can't deny that Miami has progressed from year 1 to year 2. Now, it may not be as much progressing as you wanted or I wanted. Hell, I wanted to go undefeated this year. But we got to keep in mind that just because if you say you're going to lose 30 pounds by the time New Year's come and you only lose 5, it's not the progression that you wanted to see, but hey, you're still 5 pounds lighter. I think, and I get caught up in this too, I want to win so bad, right? I want to win so bad. But it doesn't happen overnight. Yes, there is teams like TCU who Sonny Dykes went to the college football playoffs in year 1. And then year 2, they're not even going to a bowl game. There are one-offs all across America, but there aren't a lot of stories where a coach took over and in 2 years changed the whole culture, because that is what Mario's trying to do, change the culture. It is going to take longer than 2 years. I'm not saying 10 years. We should just constantly see improvement. Now, I'm saying this 2 days after a game full of joy and happiness, bless the life. But you may catch me after a loss being pissed off. But when you step back and say, did Miami win more games than last year? Yes. Did Miami look better than they did last year? Yes. Do the coordinators look better than they did last year? Yes. Do the players look better than they do last year? Yes. That's how we have to judge it. And I'm on Twitter a lot. I'm seeing a lot of things, and I'm going to talk about this throughout the video. I see people comparing Mario Cristobal to Lane Kiffin. Why? Lane Kiffin has not won a Pac-12 championship, has not won a Power 5 conference championship. He has not won a New Year's 6 bowl game. Most importantly, he's at Ole Miss on year 4. Mario's on year 2. I see people comparing Mario to Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell started off winning 5 games his second year. I understand in the heat of the moment, because I'm there. I'm with y'all. Look, I got a million videos. Go just type in instant reaction, and you'll be seeing me saying some wild stuff. But when you take a deep breath and you look back, this team is progressing. In year 3, we want to continue to see this team progress. And this season isn't even over with. If we win these next 2 games, you're looking at a team that went from winning 5 games to 8 games, won a bowl game for the first time in a long time. They have to achieve that. But to me, this team is progressing. It's not progressing how we want it, but it is progression, okay? Now, looking at Shannon Dawson, he talked in his press conference, and the main thing I wanted to hear was what happened on the 4th down, and that question was asked. I'll reiterate my thoughts. Mario calls the timeout. I don't mind you calling the timeout, Mario, but you and Shannon Dawson, y'all got to come up with a nice play call, and I don't believe it was a good play call. Shannon Dawson says that Louisville ran a fence-style coverage instead of running their straight man-to-man, and the play wasn't executed properly, right? So I think he's saying that either Jacoby George didn't run the right route or somebody didn't run the right route. It is what it is. He also talked about the air raid offense. There was a question that said, hey, you were brought in to run the air raid, but is this the air raid? And he basically said, look, I want to run complementary football. I used to run fast tempo, and that used to get our defense in trouble. So I want to run complementary football. And he even said, he sounded like he got a little defensive. I'm not going to lie. He said, even those people who think they know what air raid is, they don't know. And then he said, there's one guy who ran the air raid where they passed all the time, and he's passed away, RIP. But he also was his own boss. Now, when he said that, people took that as maybe he's saying that he can't pass the ball all the time or run a true air raid because Mario's hindering him. I'll let you guys read into it what you want to read into it. Like I said, you can go back and watch the full video. That way you can watch his mannerisms and everything like that, because I'm paraphrasing here. So that brings me into people saying that Mario Cristobal has taken over the offense. I don't know about you guys, but Mario Cristobal has taken over the offense. I've seen people say after the Georgia Tech game, Mario took over the offense, and he's hindering Shannon Dawson. Guys, first of all, I don't know if the people who think that, I don't know if they're wrong, and I don't know if I'm right for what I'm about to say, but that is a crazy thought. And people pick and choose when they bring up that point. In this game, when Shannon Dawson decided to throw the ball 6 straight times, was that Mario's offense? Or was that Shannon Dawson being aggressive throwing it 6 straight times? I'm going to let you answer that. Think about this. We get into the 5-yard line or close to the touchdown, and we run the ball once and throw the ball 3 times. Now, if we would have ran the ball 4 times, people would have said, see, that's Mario Cristobal making Shannon Dawson run the ball. But we run the ball, pass 3 times, don't score the touchdown, and then we still say that, or some people are saying that Mario has his hands on this offense. Yes, Mario's the head coach, and he does have, I'm guessing some say so in the offense, but this is Shannon Dawson's offense. Just like we give Coach G all his credit on defense, give Shannon Dawson his credit on offense, or give him his blame. Stop saying that it's Mario's fault when stuff goes bad. Right? When we was backed up in the end zone and we start the game off aggressive, was that Mario wanting to just run the ball? I think people just catch on to these narratives and they don't even put them into the game. Mario doesn't want Ja'Cory Brown to play quarterback. Well, why did he play last year? Why did we run zone read? Why did we run Wildcat with Ja'Cory Brown last year? So you mean to tell me Mario said we're going to do something that year with the weak ass offensive line, but this year we're not going to utilize it? Come on now. Do I think Mario has a philosophy he wants to go by? Yes, but to act as if he is hindering the offensive coordinator, come on now, guys. Come on. If you want to get mad at Mario for the Georgia Tech not taking a knee, if you want to get more mad at Mario for calling that timeout, for playing for overtime, because I think those are head coaching decisions. But we can't pick and choose. So when we start running reverses and flea flickers and all that, is that Mario or is that Shannon Dawson? Throw the ball 6 straight times in the game at one point. Was that Mario or was that Shannon Dawson? Throwing the ball to try to win the game. Was that Mario or was that? Come on now. And I'll tell you, when the people say that, because I've had people DM me this. After the Georgia Tech game, things were different. You know what was different? In that Georgia Tech game, Tyler Van Dyke started throwing interceptions. And the next week, he started throwing interceptions. And the week after that, he started throwing interceptions. So the offensive playbooks get scaled down once your quarterback starts throwing the ball to the other team. Your quarterback doesn't struggle and you say, well, you know what we should do? This man, he's struggling out there. Let's add some more crazy ass plays to the book. I do wish we would have saw the Wildcat earlier in the season with Brashard Smith. I do wish we would have utilized Ja'Cory Brown earlier in the season, but I don't know what's going on with that whole situation. So, and then we got Lance, we got Coach G to finish up the press conference. And the big thing we wanted to talk to him about is, could he be leaving Miami? You know, he's had a successful season, Broyles Watch List Award. He's from Louisiana, and LSU has one of the worst defenses in the whole wide world. And people want to know, could Coach G be leaving? And he gave a 50-50 answer to me. You know, it was like he loves Miami. He hasn't received a call. He's going to talk to Mario Cristobal. So in my eyes, we're just going to have to wait and see. You know, he didn't give me an answer that makes me say he's 100% not leaving, but he didn't give me an answer to make me think he's 1 foot out the door. I mean, listen, Coach G's a coach. This is a business. He's trying to advance his career. Everybody's trying to get they get right. He did say he likes to challenge and wants to bring Miami back to where it was. He even talked about the progression of this team. I hope we can keep Coach G. And he also spoke about how much it hurt him, right? This loss really hurt him. And that's the difference between him and Shannon Dawson. I feel like Shannon Dawson came off as more defensive, where Coach G was like, you know, I take this shit to heart. Like, to me, he was saying, look, we got caught with our eyes in the backfield. I got to coach it better. We gave up all the points. I got to coach it better. So, guys, I said a lot in this video. I mumbled a lot. I rambled a lot. I went off script a lot. You know, we just talk from the heart over here at NMD TV Canes. Of all the jambalaya I just gave you, let me know what you think in the comments. Hashtag beat BC. If you made it this far, I like to do this to see who the real ones, right? Anytime my videos go to 14, 15 minutes, I got to see who made it to the very end. Hashtag beat BC, because we got to finish this season off right and getting the dub. Hashtag beat BC in the chat if you made it to the end. Hey, I appreciate you guys. I'm out. Peace.